Like, oh, so tell me about acting because I don't want to quit my job and have to go to New York and LA to audition. He's like, no, self-tape, man. You self-tape. You don't need to quit your job. You work from home, right? I was like, yeah. Self-tape, send it. You go to callbacks, you book. Everything is done here. I didn't know.
Hi, and welcome to Kelly, where we talk about life, your life and my life. And through Kelly, we hope to inspire, have Chozy, Ronnie, Aiyub on the show today, and he's going to say it in his beautiful accent.
Chozy R, Aiyub.
It's beautiful. He is an actor, and so we're going to talk about acting. We're going to talk about the plight of the actor, the journey that the actor has to go on. And Chozy is a relatively new actor as far as the industry is concerned. You may have done some things in your past, but as far as the industry is concerned, and you've actually you're making headway. So that's the reason that I wanted to talk to you, because a year is really I want to talk about that year and what you've done in that year, because
it's been a crazy year.
Right, because people sign up for classes, and you take classes at Drama Inc. I'm also an acting coach, and so I understand training very well. But people sign up for classes, and they think that the studio is going to do everything for them, and it's not. It's not that way. So let's actually just give me your history.
I'll give you my history. Well, I was born and raised in Palestine, East Jerusalem. Over there is not a lot of opportunities. I came to the U.S. in 2001 to live the American dream. And I went to school, played soccer, studied, got my master's, and followed the career path. Moved to Atlanta 5 years ago. And do UX, UI design, app design, and stuff like that, contracts with AT&T and other companies that I worked for. And I was like, I'm sick of this corporate world. I want to do something I'm passionate about. I've always enjoyed watching films, acting, like copying actors. Al Pacino's my favorite actor. He inspires me. And right now, Rami Malek, which did the Freddie Mercury, Bohemian Rhapsody. So I try to see actors that I can fill the shoes of, like Johnny Depp, Al Pacino, Rami Malek, the racially ambiguous people.
Right. You want to know your wheelhouse, like what you.
Yeah. So a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, Frederick Nah the Fourth, he was working on a film called Breathe.
Okay.
He's been working on it for a couple of years, just trying to make sure it's a perfect film, a whole film.
Okay. He's an independent.
Yes. Director, producer, actor, singer, he can do it all.
Yes.
So he was working on a SAG ultra small budget film, and there was a role of a delivery guy that knocks on the door, deliver drugs.
Okay.
And the guy that's supposed to do it pulled the plug. So he's like, Chozy, I need an actor. I was like, I'm not an actor. And he's like, you'll be fine, you're a natural, yada, yada, yada. Went to LA, he gave me the script, and he's like, these are your lines, you knock on the door, and boom, I did it. I've never done acting like that. And then we had red carpet, we showed the film and whatnot, and everybody was like, you're good. It was funny. My scene is kind of silly. Everybody laughed and remembered me, so I was like, maybe I should pursue acting.
Yeah, you caught the bug.
I caught the bug. So I was moving forward to last year. I was working on my yard in my house, and then a new neighbor moved in next to me. He's an actor. His name is Jackson Beals. He's been in the industry for 12, 14 years.
Okay.
He's been in The Walking Dead, Ozark, and other great shows and films. Shout out to Jackson Beals. So, and Frederick now. So I was working on the yard, and he asked me, what do you do? I told him I'm a designer and stuff. He's like, I'm an actor. And I was like, oh, so tell me about acting, because I don't want to quit my job and have to go to New York and LA to audition. He's like, no, self-tape, man. You self-tape. You don't need to quit your job. You work from home, right? I was like, yeah. Self-tape, send it. You go to callbacks, you book. Everything is done here. I didn't know. Nothing.
Yeah.
So I was like, so what do you think I should do? He's like, well, Drama Inc. is 5 minutes away from your house, because I live in Southeast Atlanta by Grant Park.
It's a great studio.
And I was like, what is Drama Inc.? Go to the website, get familiar. I was like, what class should I take? He's like, take On Camera one. So I took it. I took the first class with Jason McDonald. Shout out to Jason. And Catherine Dyers and Dustin Lewis. And they said, you've done this before? I'm like, no. They're like, well, you know what you're doing. You have it. And I was hooked. I started itching for more classes. I took On Camera 1, 2, On Camera 2 with Jerry Tubbs. Shout out to Jerry Tubbs. I took improv with Matt Stanton. I took the Meisner technique for 6 months intensive with Dustin Lewis. And then I took classes with Anthony Mandel acting workshop, AMAW. I took the intensive.
So let's
with
talk
him.
about this from when you started training, because I that's one of the reasons that I started the show. I want people to understand what training is, why training is important to an actor.
Sure.
Because the average person thinks that you can be found on the street, and
Those
you
days
don't
are
have
over.
you don't have the skills to be found on the street for the. I mean, being on a set is intense. What do you feel like training has given you?
Training
That you
has
didn't
definitely-
have when you
Sure.
started.
It gave me more confidence.
Mm-hmm.
It made me get to know my humanity, who I am, what is the good, what is the bad, where's my sensitive spots, what triggers me,
Mm-hmm.
so I can be able to feel and be in the moment and feel the scene. It definitely taught me to listen,
Yes, to
because
listen.
human beings do not listen to
Yes.
each other.
Yes.
I'll be talking about something, maybe I'll mention the word chocolate, and then you might start thinking, oh, I had this chocolate. And then you stop listening and you're like, yeah, well, I had this chocolate last week. And that's what happens.
Absolutely,
So
yes.
it teaches you to listen, especially scene study,
And why is listening so important?
because you have to listen. All this will show in front of the camera. I would say for the camera is feel more, do less.
Yes. So it's about if I'm listening to you, I'm going to be in the moment with you. I'm going to be connecting with you.
Connected.
I'm also going to feel that natural stimuli off of you. So it's not about giving my lines to you.
It's about the other person.
Yes, it's about how you're changing me, how you're making me feel, and noticing that and being in tune with that and being able to give my lines back to you in a way that flows in that connection. Because if I jump over that and I'm not connected to that,
You're killing the scene.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Whether
Yeah.
it's an audition set where there's a reader, sometimes you have people that read flat. And my tape to book business, which we'll touch
Absolutely, you
base
still
on.
got to be able to deliver.
Yeah, you gotta connect with the reader, so it's good to feed off of them too, because you're gonna get direction in the callback,
Right.
or if it's your first audition in person. So even on set, you will get redirected.
And that's something that training does for you. It teaches you to take the adjustments.
Adjustments,
So
for
when you
sure.
get in front of a casting director, a lot of time casting directors, and I'm just kind of giving the audience some information on,
Mm-hmm.
but a casting director will give you an adjustment on purpose.
Yeah.
And it'll if you don't have training, that will trip you up because you're like, did I do it wrong?
You keep
What did I
repeating the
do?"
same thing.
Yeah, and they're not going to tell you why they did that, but it's
Very
because
true.
they want to see if you can follow direction. Because if you can't follow direction for them, how are you going to follow it for a
You're
director?
costing them time, and time is
And money. Yes. So you said so is it amazing to you, the world that's opening to you?
Yeah, like I didn't know. Life is so unpredictable. You
Yeah.
never know what's going to happen. I didn't know that in a year I will learn this much, be in a lot of short films, use all my talents, languages, my experience in life, the pain, the love, the anger, the friendship, the sacrificing, use it all in film, and it just shows up. And I'm very in tune with my emotions, especially after I took my Meisner technique, because I was, it's hard for a man, especially in other countries, to show emotions.
It's hard for Americans.
It's
hard for American
a guy,
men.
it was like emotions, like
Right.
you don't cry, be a man.
Right,
suck
right,
it up.
right, yeah.
So on camera, when there's a scene and it's sad, you really gotta connect and feel the pain. And that's what really helped me to live the situation and really be in tunes with my emotions. And I'm still doing scene study with Caitlin, shout out. And she's opening layers like an onion. She keeps peeling me.
Yeah, yeah.
So a lot of breakthroughs
Yeah.
here and there.
And what it is you're okay. So you have parts of your personality that you're comfortable with, like you're saying, crying, whatever our parents
Yeah.
shut down on us, whatever our society shut down on us,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have parts that we're not comfortable with.
Yeah, the
And-
insecurities and all these things
Right.
that you hide.
And so what I have found with each character that I've played over the years, and characters that were especially not in my comfort zone,
Mm-hmm.
I have found that I became more comfortable with those parts of my personality in life. And so when you talk about becoming, that it's opening you up as a person,
Yeah.
that's what it's doing for you. It's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Like there's a recent role that I had to play or become it. It was a very intense character, crazy, racist, all that, and it's not even in my race range.
Right.
And I played it, and it took me at least 5 minutes to get out of it. So I understand how you can get really sucked in, but you got to be stronger to pull out.
Right.
So no bad things will happen to you,
Yes.
like other actors.
Yes. You got to stay in a healthy place.
Yeah,
and,
you got to
and cleanse
stay
your,
healthy.
Cleanse your aura.
Yeah.
So I have for you some Kit Kats to remind you that you're a gift in life. I want to also mention, we kind of took a lot of time with acting and training and things like that, but I want to also mention that you do have Tape to Book.
Tape to Book.
It's a company that you have. People can come to you, and actors actually get together and they help each other tape. So you'll have an actor as a reader.
First edition is free, then it's 30 minutes, $30 an hour after that. And
Okay.
I'll be reading with you and directing you and helping you out. I can help everybody, but I can't help myself.
Exactly. And then you have a clothing line, and it's Chosen Style.
Yep.
That's awesome. Where do people find you?
As far as social media,
Yeah, or where?
Instagram, Chozino, Chozino, Facebook, Chozy fan page. I also have a website, Chozy Aiyub, CHOZYAIYUB.com. Everything's on there, from resume to clips to classes that I took, stories, news, etc.
Yeah, and he has a beautiful biography that he has on there that I really enjoyed reading. So if you have any advice to give to somebody wanting to become an actor, what is your advice to them?
I would say be serious. Take this very seriously. It's a career. It's something that you have to enjoy and love doing. And don't make it a hobby, because this is not a hobby. If you just want to do extra work and whatnot, that's fine. But if you want to be an actor and prevail and make it somewhere, then you got to work hard, hang out with people that have more experience than you, that have been doing it for 10 years, 20 years, so you can, be like a sponge, absorb
We had a
everything
kid
from
on the
them.
show that was a bull rider. He's 8 years old, bull rider. And I would ask him questions, and he came in with 32 stitches in his head. I believe it was 32. And I said, over and over, asked him, what are your fears? What are this? What is that? Everything that I said, he said, basically he puts his fears aside because he's got to get back on that bull.
Yeah.
And basically he does this because he's got to get back on that bull. So my gold nugget for that segment was, if you're going to be a bull rider, then ride. It's like that with an actor. If you're going to be an actor, be an actor.
Be an actor, because fear can give you strength as well.
Absolutely. Yes.
So, now, I got to give you something as well.
Okay.
All right. So something small. I was like, let me bring her some stuff. and
Let me see. Oh, I get your clothing line? Are you
so I
kidding?
got you a long hoodie.
Look at that. Thank you.
No
I'll wear
problem.
that every day.
All right.
Oh,
got
and
you my headshot.
his headshot. We need that. I'll put it up. Oh, and that's good. These are business cards, guys. Actors' business cards. What is this?
And I got you stuff from the Holy Land, from Jerusalem.
Really?
Yeah, this is
That's-
a rosary. And
Okay.
that's made out of olive tree wood from Bethlehem.
Really?
And it says Palestine, which is Palestine.
I think I stuck it on I think it's stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got that stuck.
It's okay.
we'll
It's
get
meant to be. That's it. It's staying.
we'll get that off later. That is
Yeah.
so cool. Thank you so
No
much.
problem.
So we're coming to a close. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. You'll be glad to come on and answer questions.
Sure.
And we hope this segment educated and inspired you.